So what are content pillars and how do you find the right content pillars for your personal brand and for your social media? Let's talk about this today. But before we dive into the content, I just wanted to quickly introduce myself in case you're brand new to my channel. My name is Alina. I'm so excited for you to be watching this video right now, and I wanted to say that I do post content about multiple income streams, digital products, making money online, personal branding. So if you are into any of those things, consider subscribing because I do post a video every single week. Okay, now let's dive in directly into the content. So what are content pillars? You've probably heard that term a lot, but basically content pillars just stand for topics that you rotate through on your social media channels. So this is something that you talk about constantly on your social media, inside your blog, whatever it is, the way you run your business. But this is something that is basically the base for your personal brand, the base for your social media presence. So now, how many content pillars should you have? Ideally, you would have around 5 to 6 content pillars and you can rotate through them. But the key with picking a content pillars is having them fall into one big umbrella topic. So you have to pick your niche, obviously, in order to build a personal brand online. And the niche could be a little bit broader or it could be a little bit more specific, depending on your preference, depending on what kind of business and what kind of brand you are building. For example, if your bigger, broader niche is motherhood, which is a very broad topic, your content pillars, your subtopics could be healthy recipes for your kids, activities for entertaining your children, motherhood fashion, kind of the outfits for mothers on the go, healthy snack ideas, for example, and something else. So I'm just giving you different examples, so you don't have to necessarily narrow down your niche to make it super narrow. You can give yourself a little bit of breathing space, making it a little bit broader. But having clear content pillars is something that could make or break your brand. So you have to get really focused on picking the right ones. So how do you determine your content pillars? Let's talk about this now. First of all, you have to figure out your sweet spot niche, right? This is kind of that umbrella topic that I'm talking about. This has to be something that you really enjoy, that's something that you can talk about for hours, something that you will never run out of topics to talk about, where all your content pillars are going to fall under. So how do you find your sweet spot niche? If you're not really sure if you are in the right niche for your personal brand or not in the right niche, or how to determine one if you're just starting out online, I do have a free guide that I have created specifically for people like you that are looking to build an online business or a personal brand online. So you can grab it in the description box below. It's totally free for you to use. Like I said, just grab it, go through it, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have a really good understanding of what your sweet spot niche is. The second thing that you really need to determine when picking your content pillars is knowing your audience. So who do you want to attract to your brand? Who do you want to get into your community? And also the people that are maybe possibly could become your customers or your clients or whatever it is that you have in mind for your personal brand and for your online business. So who are these people and what kind of topics inside that niche would be interesting for them? So you do not only just have yourself in mind and what interests you have when you're picking content pillars, you always have to have your audience in mind. What would they like to know? What would be valuable for them? What kind of questions would they have, so that then you can cater your content pillars around them. As once you figure out your sweet spot niche and once you know who are those people that you want to attract, you're going to sit down and just brainstorm the ideas of all the topics that fall in under that niche, and all the things that you really genuinely love to talk about, and all the things that your audience would love to hear more about. So you can do your research, you can kind of figure out what other creators are posting within similar niches, within similar topics. What are some of the things that they talk about that get a lot of response? Maybe some creators that do have very similar audience that you are trying to attract to your personal brand. This is a good time to just sit down and write down all of those ideas, anything that comes to mind, some of the things that you really like to talk about, and also figure out what are some of the things that your audience would love to hear about on a regular basis. is, some of the problems that they have that you can find solutions to within those topics, and just write a big list. Usually your list is going to be pretty big, but now we're going to narrow them down. Ideally, we would like to pick 5 to 6 content pillars. So if your list has 20, of course, you're not going to be talking about all those 20 topics, right? We have to narrow them down. But how do you narrow them down? In order to narrow those topics down, we're going to look at your list, all the things that you have written down, and kind of start checking the boxes. So first of all, ask yourself, are you genuinely interested in the topic that you're looking at? Is this something that you can talk about freely in your stories? Is it something that you will always have, things to talk about? Is it something that you can create content on a regular basis? So if the answer is yes, you keep that topic. If the answer is no, you cross it out. This is not a great content pillar for you. The second question you should be asking when you're looking at the list is, rated, how valuable would this be for your audience? Is this something that can help them solve their problems? Is this something that can motivate them, be relatable to them? Is this something that they're looking for? For this, you're going to go back to that research and see what people are posting about, which posts are getting the most tractions, which questions are people asking. So if all of those questions, if all of those things fall into that topic, then it's a good topic, it's a valuable topic, and you keep it. If not, if you see, well, people are not really asking about this, people are really not interested in learning this, and my audience would probably not benefit from this, then cross it out. That's not a good content pillar for you. Next point that you really have to ask yourself honestly is, will I be willing and excited about creating content for this topic? Will I really enjoy making those videos? Is this something that I will see myself talking about, in 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Does this have longevity for myself? Does this topic spark joy? So ask yourself those questions. And again, if the answer is yes, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I can create content about this topic all the time. I think I will be genuinely excited about this topic, 5 years from today, then obviously that's a good content pillar to keep. If the answer is, I'm not really sure about this, then cross it out and just narrow that list down. And the fourth and final question that you should be asking yourself is coming back to the goals of building your personal brand. What it is that you are trying to achieve, and does this topic, does this content pillar have potential for achieving those goals? So for example, if your goal with your personal brand, with online business, is monetizing, is making money online, and through specific things, maybe digital products or affiliate opportunities or brand deals or whatever it is, does this content pillar have potential? Does this content pillar bring you those opportunities to monetize? If the answer is yes, perfect. If the answer is no, cross it out. So go through your list and make sure that you do this for every single idea you've written down, and narrow this down to about 5 to 6 topics. And there you go, you have your content pillars. So now that you have narrowed down your content pillars, you're going to start posting those and rotating through them. So the key here is to be consistent, right? So if you have selected your 6 content pillars, you're going to be posting about these topics on a regular basis. So it's a really good idea to create series so that your audience knows that on specific days you post about specific topics. And the best way to go about it is also creating almost like a roadmap of different kinds of content that you will be creating based on those content pillars. So let's say, for example, under this particular pillar, I'm going to be creating reels, I'm going to be creating carousel posts on Instagram if we're talking about Instagram, or maybe long form videos on YouTube. Under this particular content pillar, I'm doing the how-tos videos and how to do like step-by-step tutorials. Under this particular pillar, I'm going to be creating some kind of relatable content, something funny or something emotional. So if you do that, then it's going to be very easy. You will never run out of ideas to post. You will never run out of like content that you are going to be creating for your social media platforms. So hopefully this video was useful. Hopefully now you have an understanding of how to create, how to find those content pillars, what they are, and you're going to use them wisely in your social media and in your online business. And if you found this video useful, you've made it so far, and you're not yet subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe, make sure to stay connected on social media. I'm going to link all my social media channels in the description below as well. And again, thank you so much for being here, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.